Okay, guys, here we go. Ready? If someone else jumps in, they'll just jump in.
You recorded it to the computer, not the cloud, right?
Yes. Okay, so welcome to Savvy Minerals class and live demo. I am not clearly doing the live demo. That's going to be Lexi, which I'll introduce in 1 second. But wanted to just very quickly go through why Savvy Minerals are important, why the clean makeup is something that we really should all be focused on. So here we go. The average woman uses about 500 chemicals on her body every single day. It's believed that between 60 and 70% of that is absorbed directly into our skin on anything we put on our skin topically. So try running your cosmetics through the EWG, which is the Environmental Working Group Skin Deep database, and see how they rank. Put your Estee Lauder and your Lancome or whatever it is that you use through that and see how those things rank. You might be quite shocked. The 6 most common toxic substances in cosmetics. We're going to go through each one quickly. The first one is parabens. What are parabens? Well, they're the methyls, the propyls, the ethyls, the butyls, all of those prefixes on things. Since the 1950s, those things were used to prevent bacteria growth and as a preservative so that things would have a long shelf life. Well, that sounds great, except for the fact that parabens mimic estrogen. They act as a potential hormone disruptor and an endocrine disruptor, which, obviously is our body cells. That is, those are 2 things that we do not want to mess with, as our endocrine system and our hormone system. They're commonly used in things like deodorants, lotions, lipsticks, shampoos, scrubs, and lots more. Parabens have been found when they've removed breast tumors from women. They have been found actually parabens in that breast tumor, and they have possibly been linked to breast cancer. So it's something that parabens definitely you want to stay away from. Talc is number 2. That's a mineral substance made up of mainly magnesium, silicon, and oxygen. It's found in baby powder, which we all know now that we should be using, body and shower products, foundations, lipsticks, deodorants, face masks, all sorts of things such as that. Some talcs they have found contain a known carcinogen, asbestos. So it's best just to stay away from talc products. The third is bismuth. Bismuth oxychloride is a naturally occurring heavy element found in nickel, tin, and silver. It's used in cosmetics because it has a shimmer appearance. So again, here we go for appearance, and a fine white powder texture that adheres well to the skin. Cosmetics use bismuth because it hides flaws, it adds a glow, and here's the key. It's dirt cheap, and it's a filler. So it has a binding quality that makes makeup stick. The problem is that many have experienced itchiness and rashes and acne and all of these skin conditions. I mean, we know when our skin is displaying different things, we know that obviously our body is absorbing things that it should not. Number 4 is lead. Yeah, seriously, lead. This is the big scary one for me. It's a natural element, but we all know it is not safe for human consumption. Lead is known as a carcinogen. What is a carcinogen? It means it causes cancer. Because lead is not an ingredient, here's the tricky part, but rather a contaminant, so it doesn't have to be listed on the label. Again, it's not an ingredient, it's a contaminant, so the FDA does not require that we list it as an ingredient. However, on the FDA website, it states that 99% of all cosmetics contain lead. 99%. So we know that like lead paint and all of these things, toys that had lead, all of those things came off the market because of the scare of what it could do to children and their brain capacity. So yet we're putting that on our skin every single day. And we know now that 60 to 70% of that is being absorbed into our body. Mercury. It's a poison and a toxin, although it is also natural. Its repeated and serious exposure can severely damage your nervous system and many other systems as well. We've all been taught about swordfish contains heavy mercury sometimes, so be careful of how much you eat and all of that. So again, we're putting it in our beauty care products. That's a problem. And the last one is mineral oil. Sounds great. However, what mineral oil really is liquid petroleum. It's a byproduct of refining crude oil and gasoline and petro products. Ew. And it's common ingredients in baby lotions, creams, ointments, and cosmetics. Research states that the greatest contaminant of the human body is mineral oil. It's also been found in breast milk, which means that it clearly is being absorbed and then our babies are consuming it. The US bans 11 ingredients in cosmetics. Savvy Minerals bans 2,500. 11 to 2,500. That's pretty staggering. And we ban more than any other company on the market. So with that being said, I am going to turn it over to Lexi Campbell, who is going to show you guys how to use our amazing makeup, because clearly I'm not using it right now. Okay. You're up.
Okay, hi, I'm Lexi, and this is my cousin Hannah, and she's gracious enough to let me do her makeup today. Is that how we want it?
Yeah.
Like that. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay,
they'll be able to
so
see you full screen. That's
all
all
right. I just want to tell everybody that's here in person and online, I guess, if you have any questions, feel free to chime in. I don't need you to just be silent the whole time. It doesn't bother me if you have any questions. Okay, but we're going to get started, and the first thing that I do is normally I wash my hands, which I've already done, and that's really important when you're messing with your face, because if you don't wash your hands and you have dirt all over your hands, that can give you acne and everything. So hands are clean, her face is clean. Okay, so first thing I do is a little trick, and I use the Seedlings Diaper Rash Cream. And this actually, it's kind of funny, you know, you probably don't think you'd put that on your face, but it's really good for sensitive skin, and you can make a really nice tinted moisturizer with it. So that's the first thing I do. And I put about this much on my hand, just on my fingertip. And then I take the foundation I'm going to use. And for her, we're going to do Warm 3. So I'll put some in this glass bowl. And then we'll mix. And that's why my hands are clean also, because that would be really gross if your hands were clean. So we're going to mix that up, and it should be a chalky or like a thick paste, kind of. It shouldn't be super duper liquidy, or else your face will be extremely sticky. So I'll mix that up and then apply to the face. Oh, there you go. You can see it. Not too much. So put it on the face. Looks like war paint kind of, but we'll fix it up. And it's also important to put it on your neck too, so that it blends. Okay, and so now I'm going to use, it's called a flat kabuki brush. I don't have all of Savvy's brushes, but I'm working there. I'm going to get them soon. Okay, so we'll just mix that in a circular motion, and the reason you do a circular motion is so that it doesn't leave any streaks on your face, and you want to make sure you come out to the ear, because you don't want to have any unevenness. This is the part that gets quiet because it takes a second to do. And we'll, you might notice that it's not complete coverage yet, but don't worry, we will get that covered up in a couple more steps. And also, if you have under eye circles, we will also have another step for that, so don't worry. How do you feel up there?
Great.
This is Hannah's first step into becoming a model.
Which you said that was number 3?
Yes. Mm-hmm. So it doesn't really look that dark, does it?
No, I didn't. I think the colors are so forgiving.
They are. They blend to your skin color really well. Okay, so now we're going to put a little bit of the powder in the cap, which I'll show you. I'll show you. Just a little bit of powder in the cap. It's okay, traffic's
We
allowed.
have visitors.
There goes my husband.
Okay, and then we'll take the same brush and we'll get some of that loose powder, and that's going to make it a little more coverage. This is just a tacky base, the first one we did, to really get this all to stick. And we're continuing with the circular motion. Got a little fuzz on your face. I can't get it.
Hey Lexi, I have one of my friends asking if you've used the Light Art moisturizer
I
to
have,
do
but
that.
I've done a lot of research on that, and some people do say that that's what they use. One thing I can tell you is that the sandalwood moisturizer, I'm not a big fan of using that with makeup. It's very sticky and it doesn't spread really well, but I haven't tried the art yet with actual makeup. It does work
This
well.
does work well.
Okay. Thanks.
They are.
This, the sandalwood, exactly. The sandalwood, this one is my absolute favorite, but I don't wear it. I don't use it when I wear makeup.
Oh, you can see.
So you-
Can you bring it over the side?
Are we muted?
Somebody said they couldn't.
Robin's got hers on, which is why Robin.
Oh, okay.
We can still see it.
Okay, so we're still going over the face with just loose powder to get a little more coverage.
So you put the loose powder in the top, in the cap.
Yes, I do, and I showed them that I did that. Yeah. Okay. So now that we've done that, we are going to. Okay, we're going. Hello, whoever Ellen.
Hello.
That's Lynn.
Lynn, hello.
Hello. Hi. Wait, can you see me? I always screw this up. Oh, wait, there I am. Oh, it's dark. Okay.
Okay. Okay, so now we're going to conceal a little bit around the eyes and stuff where you might have dark circles. Oh, that's cool. Number one, that's Savvy Minerals lightest shade. And then we're gonna take a tiny, tiny bit of the Diaper Rash cream on the fingertip. And on the other side of this that we didn't use, put a little bit of the cool powder.
Does the diaper rash cream have zinc oxide, which would be like a skin, a sun screen? Because that is one and the
That is
same.
a
actually.
great question.
I think it does, yeah.
I think it does, yeah.
14%.
So yes,
Okay.
actually that becomes a
Yes,
sunscreen.
sunscreen. That's a good
Nice.
point.
Oh, that's good.
Yep, there it is.
Okay, so we're gonna put the little.
Did you guys
concealer
hear
bit-
that? So Alexa uses the diaper cream and it also has zinc oxide in it, so it acts as a sunblock. And Alexa double uses that on her horse's noses.
Okay, so now we are concealing her around her eyes where dark circles might be, and we're using a little more precise brush to go ahead and rub that all in.
Is that the same in which you started out with, cream tone?
This is the
Shade.
cool number one.
Oh, okay. Lighter.
Yes. I use Young Living's lightest, or Savvy Minerals lightest shade for concealer. Thanks.
She's
So
recording it, she can
sweet.
post the whole thing again.
Don't draw attention.
Flawless. Don't even need makeup. Okay.
Actually,
now,
that foundation looks great. It looks really good.
Thanks.
Very natural.
I know.
Oh, are they, I can't, if they have any
Can you
questions,
guys,
you
can
read
you
them.
guys
too.
really see the foundation, how nice it looks? Can you guys see it?
We're getting thumbs up. Yes. Okay. So now what I'm gonna do is get the. Okay. We're gonna do a little bit of. This isn't necessarily contour, but I guess you could call it that. But we're just gonna accentuate her natural face shadows on her cheekbones, just to give them a little bit of definition. So what we're gonna use for that is the shade Dark Number 1. Sorry, I'm not looking at y'all really. We're gonna use Dark Number 1 and put some in the cap. And then we're gonna take just a blending brush, get a little on there, and tap the excess in the cap. And we're gonna start from the top of the ear and go down to the outer corner of the eye. And then to do this, I want you to come down with your swoops instead of up, because when you go up, you hollow out your face. So you'll get the Angelina Jolie look. But if you come down, you'll just it'll just accentuate the natural shadows.
Is there another process?
Yeah. So we'll go down. That will just be,
That's another foundation.
yes, this is dark number 1. You could do, you could also do the bronzer. I just bought the dark one. Same thing over here.
It's like painting.
Yeah, it's artistic.
It does look so nice. Almost makes you want to wear makeup, huh? No, it makes you want to look like that. Well, yeah. Good luck with that.
You should have had her.
I was thinking the same thing. We should use
Next
Nova
time.
to- Yeah, right. Like see how our
I know.
skin fares.
All right. And then your face might feel a little oily because we used the diaper rash cream. So I go ahead and get the matte, I think, no, that's not it. I get the matte veil powder that they have, and that's what I use to set the face and to make it not so oily or dewy.
Just a new one.
Yes. This is my most recent purchase. I got this one, and I just got my loyalty oil this year, so finally got that.
Did she put on there?
I'm learning.
I'm learning. But how would you like to know?
And this stuff you just rub all over. It just kind of blends in. It doesn't really give any other color. It kind of lightens the makeup, but it doesn't really do much. It just makes
What do
it
you think about the spray mist?
absorb. I love the spray mist, but I don't use it for this because her face was already tacky and kind of sticky, so I didn't necessarily need it. But I do use the spray mist for the eyeliner. Definitely. I like to make myself some liquid eyeliner.
You say spray mist.
Yes.
Okay.
Anybody who doesn't know what that is.
I put it on my brush. Is what I thought it
Yes,
said.
people do that.
That's
Mhm.
if you just apply it as a powder.
That's what yes. If you don't have the diaper rash cream or anything else, you can use the spray mist, but her face was already tacky and pretty sticky. So I don't, sorry, but so I didn't really need it. Okay, let's see. What do we do? Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the eyes. Yeah. Okay. So let's see. So we're gonna start off with brows, and I use the Multitasker Dark shade. Yeah, it's just gonna. And I use the Savvy Minerals eyeliner brush, but I use this side. I don't really know what the angled side.
Yeah.
So, and some people might use the setting spray or the misting spray for this to get a more like defined hair-like look whenever you use it. But her eyebrows are really full, so we're just gonna kind of put some over it without any of the spray.
How would you use the spray if you were going to use it? Would you spray it directly on her face?
I would do the spray on the brush
On the brush.
and then get a little of the excess off on the back of my hand and then dip in the cap.
You're supposed to do your eyebrows.
I wouldn't do mine either.
That's it.
And you might see whenever you're doing this that they look extremely dark. So I get just a throwaway mascara wand, or Savvy Minerals has their own brow brush that you can get. And I just brush them out, and that kind of gets rid of the harshness. If you use a little too much on your brows, it doesn't look as dark and just blends everything really well. Okay, and now we're gonna do the eyeshadow, and I have Savvy Minerals original eyeshadow palette, and that comes with Ambition, Timeless, Elegant, Chic, and Charm. So what we're gonna do for the sake of time and making it pretty easy on everybody, is we're just going to use Ambition, which is the lightest color. And she loves natural looks, so that's also why we're going to do this. So we're going to use Ambition, and we're going to go on her whole eyelid except for about 1 centimeter from her eyebrow. And it helps whenever you use measurements like that in doing your eye makeup, because most of the time your face isn't proportional. So your two eyes might not be the same, like you might not have the same width of an eyelid as you do on the other side. So if you just remember to do it about like have 1 centimeter left from the eyebrow, that helps. Same thing over here.
It's like spot.
And I like to make sure I do a little extra on the inner corners of the eye, just to kind of highlight. And I have my eyes in the inner corners are a little darker. I have a little bit of darkness from lack of sleep. Okay, and then on that little part that we left out, we're gonna use this is kind of weird. I don't think anybody's really ever done this, but I like to use the diamond dust there. So we're gonna use a little bit more of a precise brush, get some diamond dust on there, and do that here. And it's gonna look probably extremely light, but we'll blend it in.
What else do you use a diamond dust for?
I've tried it for highlight on the bridge of my nose, the top of my lip, and around here.
Okay.
But that's only if I'm really trying to, like, I want people to know that I have makeup on and I'm trying to look good.
I've used it as a finishing color, but
I have too.
it
makes you sparkle.
It is shimmery.
Mhm.
I don't use a lot of it, but just gives enough, like if I'm feeling really drunk.
If you don't have the diamond dust, is there something else you could use there?
Actually, whenever I do my eyes and I don't use the Ambition right here, I'll use the Ambition there in a different color lower down. So now we're gonna blend. You shall freak out. Those are the colors. Also, if you have Cool #1, you can use Cool up there. It just won't be shimmery. Good, sorry. Good thing about this makeup is actually the eyeshadow doesn't have much fallout, so you don't really have to correct any falling on the cheeks too much. Now, I'm gonna let you have the floor, and she's gonna do her own mascara. And I actually have kind of a love-hate relationship with this mascara because sometimes it's a little clumpy, but I have a trick to help with that.
Do you think
So
that you could do some eyeliner? Someone had commented before
Some
asking
eyeliner?
if they could watch you do eyeliner because they've been having trouble doing it.
I will
I'm gonna
do that
like a
on,
multitasker.
I'll
you
do it on
yourself?
myself.
Okay.
yeah, so she doesn't, because I don't want to poke her eye out or anything. Okay, so I get the excess off of the brush just right here, and then she's going to apply. Do you want me to hold it for you? You got it?
Do I need to see me?
Okay, while she's doing that, I'll tell you, if she finds any clumps or anything, I take one of these throwaway mascara ones and I just go ahead and use that, and it gets all the clumps out, and then you can wash it with soap and then reuse it, or whenever you buy them, you can get them on Amazon. It comes with like 100, so you can just throw it away or toss it and use another one. Or if you have empty bottles of this, you can save the lid and just wash it off and make it clean. And it'll help to get any clumps out if you have any. You done?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's just brushing up.
Okay, and hers didn't clump up, so you can see if you do get the excess off of the brush, it usually won't clump your eyelashes too much. Okay, and now my favorite parts are at the end. So I like to use the blush in the shade of Captive. Can't even really see this. In Captive. And let's see. I just get a little bit on there. You can't even barely see too much. And then if you have any excess, you can tap it in the cap. And then I start a little farther back just in case there is too much blush on the brush, because if you start right here, there's no turning back. It's just going to be super, super pink. So I start a little bit back here and bring it forward. Bring it back. And everybody has different face shapes and everything, so different patterns of the blush where you put it can also affect how it looks. It's easy on that side.
What color is this?
Captive. The blush is Captive. Okay, let's see. And then lips. Where's the lips? And then she's going to put on their lip gloss in the shade Untamed.
Are you doing
Or lipstick, I mean. Lipstick in the shade of Untamed, and you can do it. No, we're not gonna. I will say, I have the Poppy Seed Lip Scrub, and this stuff is awesome. I love to use this all the time. I use it every day with my makeup normally, but just for the sake of time and everything. I put this on, you just put it on your lips, and then you can do what she's doing, show them what you did. Do that. And then you can get something, toilet paper, anything with warm water on it, and then wipe it off, and it'll get rid of all of the makeup that possibly got on your lips whenever you were doing your makeup, and it'll make your lips super moisturized. But I find that my lips are really pink after I use that, because it kind of stimulates them and it gets all the makeup off. So they're really pink, and I only use a chapstick half the time as my lipstick. And then, do you want to do this? And then we have, this is a brand new lip gloss that I got, and it is, I think it's Rockin'. It's the shade Rockin'. But my favorite is Abundant. I think my favorite is Abundant. It's a light pink. This is very bold.
Yeah, this is gonna be really dark. Here, you hold this. I'll use a lot.
Great.
Stop. Okay, and that is her full face of the Savvy makeup, except for the eyeliner. And we're going to do, I will show you how to do the eyeliner on myself. I just didn't want to do it on her.
Okay, do you want me to move?
Yay!
Is it your turn?
Yeah. Okay, and now I'm going to do the eyeliner for you. Let's see. So they just have the one eyeliner, and I am a fan of liquid liner because it just gets a lot more coverage. I think it looks better for me. It doesn't smear. So that's what I like to do. So I just put some of the eyeliner in the cap, and then I spray the misting spray in the cap too. I don't spray it on just the brush. Use the brush, there it is. Okay. And then I mix it with the pointier side of Young Living's eyeliner brush, or Savvy Minerals. They're all together. Did they come out with a pencil? No. Okay, so I'm gonna have a mirror over here, but I'll show y'all up close after I finish. So I just get close to the lash line. You have to have a really steady hand and everything. And the liquid just goes on really easily. I don't know if you can see. My eyelashes are full. But it wasn't on me. It goes on really easily. The only problem is if you sneeze or blink, it's going up your eyelid. There's no going back. I almost ruined it right there.
Would you put that on first before the mascara then to make it a little
Yes,
easier?
definitely before the mascara. Definitely. Okay, and I personally don't bring the eyeliner all the way into the corner. I stop it about where my lashes stop. Do with the other eye. Can also do winged liner, which I do a lot, but you might see me mess up and then have to erase my whole face and do it again. The wing out.
Usually one eye is easier to do than another. It just depends if you're left-handed, right-handed. I find that to be the case.
Yeah. And luckily this stuff wipes off really easily whenever it's not dry. So if you do mess up, you can usually just swipe your finger really fast before it dries and it'll come off where you've messed up. But then once it dries, it's there for good. Or until you wash it. Not for good, don't worry, it's not a tattoo. Okay.
Some people would like it.
Some people do that. Okay. 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 And now, Hannah, can you control the camera and see if they can see my eyes? Okay, so I'm going to close them. And that's what it looks like whenever it's liquid. I just find it's a lot easier to work with than not making it liquid. And I like to put this, I like to spray it in the cap so I have a lot to use. And then you can clean up the cap if you want to afterwards.
So if you want to spray your eye like a smudge,
Yes.
how do you do that?
So with this smudge, I would spray with the set or the misting spray. I would spray the pointy end and then I would wipe off a lot of it just to where it's a little bit on there. And then I would just get the powder and just do the same motion I was doing. It just might take a little more and a little more packing, which means going over and over.
So I've
The
used
same
the
thing.
angle brush before,
Mhm.
and then it tends to work a little better, but
For
I've
you?
never tried. Yeah, I've never, and it's
Mhm.
it's a different brush, so I've never tried. it.
Okay.
I'm just curious because it's not a favorite thing of mine to do. 'Cause I'm just
Mhm.
not real great at makeup. So.
Yes, I find the liquid a lot easier to use, which is kind of weird because at first it might be hard, but once you get it down, it's so much easier to use than just the powder. And it won't, if your eyes are watery and stuff, it won't really move as much as the other stuff might smudge underneath. So,
Have you ever tried some of the powdered eyeshadows with liquid to, like the darker ones, to do a liner? Like if you wanted to do like a deep burgundy liner or something like that?
I haven't. I actually don't have any of the loose eyeshadows. I only have the palette, so I've never tried that yet. But you totally could do it. I think you could. Probably be the same. Just okay.
See if anyone has any questions.
What do you
Just
see?
say it.
The
Go
chat.
to
Oh, does
chat.
anybody have any questions? I'm checking chat. Let's see. So if you try these products, what do you recommend them? Items to start with. Okay, items to start with. Let's see. Whenever I first started getting all of this, I definitely went for the Warm No. 3 foundation for my skin tone and the Captive blush. Those were really important to me. My mama always put blush on me whenever I was little. I would always ask her for blush. So loved blush. Let's see. I didn't get the diaper rash cream till recently. You can definitely live without it. It just gives you the full coverage look that you want, at least for me. That's what I
And the
like.
sunscreen.
Yes, and the sunscreen, definitely. And then the eyeshadow palette. Those are the 3 that I really love. I can do without the eyeliner. Oh, mascara too, and mascara. But I can do without eyeliner, the dark right here. Or you can get the Savvy Minerals starter kit that comes with all of that stuff, or most of that stuff. And you basically have what you need in that. So those are my beginning recommendations. And then Erin Harper, you asked what color I was using. And I don't know. I did tell you. Okay, I told you. And then let's see. Okay. Make sure I did everything. Answered all your questions. Okay, I think so. All right. So that's the full look. Thank you so much for watching. 1 second. If you're going to try these products, what are your, oh wait. If you get the starter kit, do you get to pick the colors you want? There's about 4 different, or you have different colors, tones that you can pick, so you can pick what works best with you. And again, thank you. So thank you for tuning in. And I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something new. And I want to see y'all's looks, so post them on Facebook if you do it. Okay, how do I end this? Stop recording. In meeting?
Pause stuff.
We're like,